Hey, Karl.
Oh, hi there, Harrison. How are you doing? Hi, everybody. This is the Escape 23. So we're working on cleaning the molds for Escape 23. Big process here. You get some nice new molds. The first thing you have to do is clean them up beautifully. So it takes us we got to hit this about 11 times between cleaning, sealing, and then putting our release agent on. There's kind of like a wax that goes onto the trailer to make sure that the part releases. So, I know William's been working away. William's the engineer who's done all the design on this product. So William's been working away on actually doing this himself. He wants to make sure it's right when it goes into production. And then we're going to take this, and I think it'll be September time before we get this through the fiberglass shop, and we'll pull a couple of shells off it. Once we pull a couple of shells off it, then we can get going with our prototype manufacturing. Our strategy here is that we'll have our prototype manufacturing completed for the end of this year. So it's a fair bit of work for us in this to get it completed and validated before we move it through to proper production. And what I expect, or what I anticipate, is that as we get into 2022, we'll find some production slots somehow. And I'd like to get a number of these down the production line. Don't quite know what that number is yet, but I'd like to push 10, 20 if possible down the production line with straight up validation. So it's not necessarily a customized build. It is a build that we put together, which is a highly customized or highly optioned build, so we can validate through the entire process, and then we can start to work on preparing custom options for people. But there is a process around how we eventually get this to folks out there, how they eventually get an Escape 23 for themselves. I'm going to hand that over to Samuel. It's kind of like I got to hand the mic over to you too.
There we go. Yes, so we have this famous E23 waitlist, and we know many of you are on that waitlist. If you are not on the list, please subscribe to it. You will find it on our website for the E23. There's a form, fill that out. What we are doing is, once we get closer to this, we will reach out to you. We'll do some sort of a random draw and pick a trailer, pick a name, and then offer that to you. And at that point, you can place a deposit.
That's right. So there's never been the ability for anyone to place a deposit on a 23. I know during the process we've had folks asking us, if the 23 is ready, can I change my order to a 23 in the process, right? So some of that has gone on. Of course, we're a bit behind from what we had originally anticipated. But there's no deposits in place for the Escape 23 yet. I mean, for us, the strategy needs to be, we got to build one. We got to show people what this looks like, what the space, how it feels inside, and then you can go and make your decision about whether or not you want to have an Escape 23.
Absolutely. And Karl, just give us a rough idea of where we are standing here.
Okay, so layout wise, let me walk the layout in this trailer. Now this is the top, not obviously, you might not be obvious to people. This is the top of the trailer. This would create the top shell of the trailer, and then we have the bottom shell that's currently inside the building. So if I was to come into this trailer, this is the door. The door is behind the wheels. It's the only Escape where you have the door behind the wheels. The door is behind the wheels, you enter in at the rear of the trailer. This would be the dinette area. It kind of comes around to about here from what I remember, somewhere around here. So the dinette comes around. This trailer is wider than any of our other trailers. So what we lack for maybe in overall length, because it's still only 23 foot long, is we gain in terms of width and height. So it's a slightly different layout for people if they were looking at an Escape 21 or something. It is different, but it is still reasonably large because of its width. So I work my way through. This will be the kitchen over here, and I'm working my way through. On this side, I've got things like maybe microwave and fridge all sit on this side. Then I walk through, and there is kind of a door system between the bathroom door and what will be the shower door, which we can kind of block this area off, so I can kind of walk through. And as I walk through, I'll have a shower on my left-hand side, and I'll have the bathroom on the right-hand side. So this will be, again, the first Escape that's a dry bath Escape. So it has a bathroom and the shower separate. And then as I walk forwards again, I move into the bedroom area. So this will be the bed. The bed is a lengthwise bed. We can shuffle around the side of the bed to get in on either side. So you can call it a walk around bed. And then of course it'll have some pillars on the sides and some overheads for all the storage. Of course, underneath the bed will be a storage area as well. So that's kind of in a general how this layout is. And then of course we do have a twin bed arrangement that we're looking at, which would put a bed on this side and a bed on this side with a walkway straight through the center, and then some storage space up on either side, and probably some storage space right down the middle. And the flat spots you can see at the rear is for your window. So we'll have a window there, and depending on the trailer configuration, there will be a window on this side as well, and there'll be windows, of course, on the sides of the trailer as we work our way up and down it. Okay, so it's beautiful and a very nice layout. Okay, shall we go and have a look at the chassis for this trailer? Here we are. So this is brand new for Escape. So on the Escape 23, it's an aluminum chassis. This is a very nicely designed chassis. We've put it through the ringer on the finite element analysis work with our modeling tools. And we've really designed this trailer to be able to have all the plumbing and wiring and tanks and all the undercarriage work completed on the trailer before it goes into production. So here you can start to see that we have at least 2 of the tanks installed, with the 3rd tank not in place yet. So these are good sized tanks for this still 23-foot compact trailer. This aluminum chassis, of course, sits a little bit higher than our current trailers do, and that's going to lead us to have a different type of entry step for the trailer. So that'll be something else. So really, all in all, this Escape 23 is going to be probably a much more premium product than what we have in our current trailers, and that in large cases is purely a factor of the design that we've put into it. And my plan for the future here, of course, is that we'll see how this one goes, but my plan for the future is that we take a similar approach to the rest of our trailers, as we redesign and redevelop them going forwards, with the idea being, we'll see how this one goes with the aluminum chassis, see what the uptake is, but quite possibly moving to an aluminum chassis thereafter.
And it's locally built, right?
Yeah. So we have this locally made at a really good company here in town, where they're pretty much their forte is aluminum. That's what they do. They actually make aluminum trailers, not our types of trailers, bulk hauling style trailers. So very well versed in the aluminum construction methods, plus aluminum design, which is very different than steel design. Aluminum, of course, is it performs quite differently in terms of its strength characteristics and ductility characteristics than steel does. But no one can argue with the longevity that you can have from aluminum trailers. But still going, of course, with the torsion bar axles on there. So the Easy Lube torsion bar axles, and this is an example of the gas, the propane plumbing that we have run through, and all our propane plumbing runs off these like manifolds, and then these manifolds will be bolted in to the trailer, so it's nice easy runs of our propane piping throughout the trailer. So there you go, everybody. That's pretty much a good update on the Escape 23. Samuel's given us an update on when, or hopefully when, we'll be able to order and what the process will be. And we've seen the mold, we've seen the chassis. Next stage, I think, will be, and it's probably not going to be till the end of September before we actually see a shell coming out of our fiberglass area. We're very busy at the moment. We're still backed up to orders through 2023. So even though we're working away on the R&D of developing this product, we are slammed from a production perspective to get these trailers out. So I guess that's it, Samuel.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody. Remember, we're Escape Trailer, and we're built for you.